Alright hunters, let's talk weapons. Monster Hunter Wilds is bringing back all 14 weapon types, and today we're ranking them by difficulty, from beginner friendly to straight up expert level. Whether you're new to the series and need an easy to learn weapon, or you're a seasoned veteran looking for a serious challenge, I've got you covered. I'll break down how each weapon plays, what makes it easy or hard, and who is best suited for. No fluff, no nonsense, just the information you need, so let's get started. Let's begin with the easy weapons. These are great for new players but still powerful enough for veterans who want a smooth hunt. First up, we have the Sword and Shield, the all-rounder of Monster Hunter. This weapon is fast, versatile and incredibly easy to use. It lets you move freely, attack quickly and even use items without putting your weapon away, something no other melee weapon allows. While it doesn't have the highest damage output, it makes up for it by being beginner friendly and great for learning monster patterns. If you're just starting out, this is a fantastic choice. Next, let's talk about Dual Blades, because who doesn't love slashing at lightning speed? These are all about fast, aggressive combat. When you activate Demon Mode, your attacks speed up and you deal insane elemental damage. The downside, your stamina drains super fast and you struggle against heavily armored monsters. If you like playing hyper aggressive and never standing still, Dual Blades are the way to go. Now, let's step back and talk about ranged combat, starting with the light bowgun. This is the easiest ranged weapon to use. Fast, mobile and capable of firing different types of ammo, including elemental and static shots. You can dodge quickly and reposition easily, making it a safe choice. The only catch, ammo management. Run out and your damage drops hard, but if you like the idea of shooting from a distance with speed and flexibility, the light bowgun is a solid pick. Now for something a little heavier, the hammer. If you love big hits and stunning monsters, this is your weapon. Charge up a heavy swing, smash the monster's head and watch them collapse from a knockout. It's simple, satisfying and extremely effective. But there's a trade-off. You have no defensive option. You have to learn how to dodge properly. If you like aggressive melee combat and crowd control, the hammer is an absolute beast. Now speaking of big weapons, let's talk about the Greatsword. If you like massive damage in a single hit, this is the weapon. Charge up a full attack, release at the right time and deal hundreds of points of damage in one swing. It's slow, yes, but if you learn monster patterns and time your attacks well, you can devastate anything in your path. Just be warned, if you miss, you're wide open. Great for patient players who like precision based gameplay. So those were the easiest weapons to master in Monster Hunter Wilds. Now we're moving into the medium difficulty weapons. These take some skill but are super rewarding once you get the hang of them. First up, the Longsword. This is one of the most popular weapons in Monster Hunter, and for good reasons. It has fast, fluid attacks, and if you time your foresight slash correctly, you can dodge and counter in one smooth move. Plus, the spirit gauge rewards you for being aggressive. More attacks equal more power. The challenge? You need good positioning, and if you mistime a counter, you get punished hard. If you like fast, stylish combat with a counter heavy playstyle, this is the weapon for you. Next, the Switch Axe, a hybrid weapon that switches between axe mode and sword mode. The axe is fast and good for mobility, while the sword is slow but hits like a truck. The main draw is the elemental discharge, which can explode for massive damage. But here's the tricky part. You have zero defensive options, and once you commit to an attack, you're locked in. If you like big damage and high risk, high reward gameplay, this weapon is for you. Then there's the Charge Blade. This is one of the most complex weapons in the game. It starts as a sword and shield, but once you build up enough energy, you can unleash devastating axe attacks. The key is vial management. If you use them wrong, you waste damage, but if you master it, nothing hits harder. If you love technical weapons with layered mechanics, Charge Blade is insanely rewarding. Now let's talk about the bow. This might look easy, but it's actually quite technical. You need to constantly charge your shots, manage your stamina and use coating properly. It's fast, mobile and great for elemental damage, but if you're missing shots, your DPS tanks. If you like precision based ranged combat, the bow is for you. Now we're heading into the advanced weapons. These are for the experienced hunters who want a serious challenge. First up, Lance. This is the ultimate tank weapon. If you want to stand your ground and block everything, this is it. It has amazing defense, strong counterattacks and precise pokes. The downside, it's slow and requires patience. If you prefer a methodical defensive playstyle, the Lance is unmatched. Then we have the gun lance, like the lance but with explosions. Instead of simple pokes, you get shelling attacks that ignore armor and a wyvern fire attack that causes massive damage, but it's slow, burns through sharpness fast and requires good ammo management. If you like big explosions and careful positioning, this is your weapon. Next up, the Insect Glaive, the most mobile weapon in the game. You can vault into the air, land aerial combos and command a Kinsect to bring you buff, but here's the catch. If you don't manage your buffs properly, your damage is absolutely awful. It's high speed and flashy but requires constant micromanagement. If you like fast aerial combat, this is the best choice. And finally, we have the Heavy Bowgun, a true glass cannon. This thing hits like an artillery cannon, but you move slow as hell. You need to position yourself well, manage recoil, and reload carefully. If you love sniping monsters with ridiculous firepower, this is your weapon. There's still one more weapon that we haven't spoken about, the Hunting Horn. Often overlooked, but one of the most powerful support weapons in the game. It plays like a hammer, but instead of just smashing heads, you play songs to buff your team. Attack boost, defense buffs, stamina recovery, you name it. But here's the challenge. You need to memorize song combos, keep playing them mid-fight and still landing attacks. If you love team-based play and supporting allies while still dealing solid damage, the Hunting Horn is an amazing choice. And that's it. Every weapon ranked by difficulty. If you're a beginner, try the Sword and Shield, Dual Blades or Light Bowgun. If you want something intermediate, go for Longsword, Switch Axe or Bow. And if you're looking for a real challenge, test your skills with Charge Blade, Lance or Heavy Bowgun. Let me know in the comments what your main weapon is, and if you found this guide helpful, drop a like and subscribe for more Monster Hunter Wilds content. Happy hunting!